Okay, when we are outlining our artwork, we've got two options. Outline in permanent marker first, which is a Sharpie, says permanent on there, or we colour in all our work first and then do it with a normal texta afterwards. This is why. Here's a normal texta, here's a Sharpie. I'm going to draw a line to show you with a permanent marker. So that's permanent. Okay, I'll put P for permanent. And then this here is a normal texta. Normal black connector pen. Okay, not permanent. So we'll put a T for texta there. All right, the best way to do it is to use a yellow, and this one's a fluorescent yellow. And if I was going to colour in, you can see that if I touch that black line, it smudges with the normal texta. We don't want that in our colouring, that's not going to look very good. Same thing would happen if we used a normal texta and we did watercolour paints. That would bleed everywhere and look terrible if we did the marker pen first. Now you can see with the permanent marker, it's not bleeding at all. If I touch it and I go over it, no matter how much I try, it's not mixing. That is why we use permanent if we want to outline first. Okay, but if you don't have a permanent, outline after you've coloured it all in. I've chosen to colour mine with texta. Keith Haring loved to use bright colours. And because I have access to a nice permanent marker Sharpie, and it says permanent on there, check with your parents if you need to, I'm going to use the permanent marker, and I've got some paper underneath, so I'm going to outline mine first, and I'm going to do some really nice thick outlines for my characters. So I'm outlining my characters first with a nice black, going over my pencil lines, being as neat as I possibly can. You can thicken up some of the lines to make them double lines. You want to use a thick pen, not a thin one, because Keith Haring loved to have thick, bold outlining and nice, bright colours with his characters. Sometimes the characters were just one colour. So, as I showed you before in the video, when I colour with a permanent marker, it's not going to smudge because it's permanent. The same thing would happen with watercolour paints and normal colour pencils. They will not smudge the permanent marker. Normal marker, as you saw before, would smudge. But if we've only got a normal marker, we colour first, then outline second. So make sure you put something underneath your work and colour in. You can see that I'm sort of outlining a bit and then colouring in a similar direction. We don't want to see any white spaces in our colouring. We want to have really neat, bright, flat colours for all our characters that we've drawn on our piece of paper. And it's going to take us time. I'm not expecting you to have all this finished this week. You might take a couple of sessions to finish the colouring. But if you think about the colours that you use, it's going to look amazing. Bright colours, things like yellow, red, orange, blue, green. Probably not brown. Probably wouldn't colour too many of my figures in black either. Think about your colours, what will work well, and you can repeat your colours as well. I don't have to just do one yellow character, I might do some other yellow characters around the place. And there you can see one of my characters coloured in neatly. You might like to do one character at a time. Here I'm outlining my character first. I've sped up the video and just working my way around the character in permanent marker, and then I'm going to choose a colour to colour it in with, just putting a few sort of action lines around the character there. And once I'm finished, it's a matter of choosing the colour and colouring as neat as I possibly can. And I'll just continue to do a character at a time. You could outline them all if you wanted to. I kind of like doing one at a time. You can see with my colouring there, I'm sort of following the direction of the arm, the long parts of the arm, and getting in close to the love heart there. So take your time, make it look awesome, as I know you guys will, because you put in your best effort. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.